to bed with me. Hey guys, it's Alishia with Young Foreign Mom Crafts. Welcome to my channel. I am coming on really late. This is a true midnight mix. And welcome to my channel. If you're not familiar with me, I do crafting and odds and ends, and sometimes I talk about a lot of other things, but you never know. Anyway, if you're coming on and you're watching it, please put that you're watching in the replay. And I'm not sure. Nobody's in here right now. I'm sure we're going to get some people come in here later. I'm going to try to move this up a little bit so that I can show you guys. Oh, thank you for the like. Thank you, thank you. I know I'm coming on really late tonight, which is why I did put the Midnight Makes banner up instead of my Saturday Night Live, because coming on a little late. I had some things going on, and daughter had issues with her car. She was out of town. She finally got home safe, and I got some things I want to cover with you guys. So if you're... Hi, Miss Janice. How are you this evening? I know I'm coming on late. I've got the kit I want to talk about tonight. This was the main reason why I decided I wasn't going to come on. In fact, I had put a post that I was canceling tonight's live, but I did want to go over this kit that I got, and I want to show you guys the issue with it and the problems. And if you come across it, be careful. Be warned. This is an AI. This was put together for AI. So I'm going to show you guys. This is the kit that I ordered, and I talked about it with you guys. In fact, you guys were the ones that told me that that one sleeve that I had was for the eyelashes. But isn't this cute? This was the one that I got. And they do tell you when you get this kit, it does tell you that... Now, I'm not promoting this. I am not associated with this because there's a lot of problems with it, and I'm going to show you what they are. So if you get this kit, be warned. Be very warned. Let's see. I think it's right here. Yeah. Let's see. If you think the front is too small, you can also scan. Oh, that's for the QR code. Okay. So when they got done making it, this is how theirs turned out. Doesn't look anything like it, right? But this is the pattern that I got. So this is what it's supposed to look like, and this is what it ends up looking like. I'm anxious to see. I did start it. I told you guys I was going to start it, but I want you to look at this. That does not look anything like what I bought. It doesn't. I mean, look. See what I'm talking about? And that's in their picture. That's why I say I think this is AI generated. My daughter said, yeah, you can tell. You can tell it's AI generated. But this is what it comes up to be. And I'm going to show you. I got down to right about here. I'm going to show you guys where I got to. But yeah. So this is what I think it's going to end up looking like. I'm going to try to make it look more like the original picture. But I don't know how, if I'm going to be able to do that since it's an AI picture. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you guys could make it. Let's see. There is a disclaimer. Where did I see that disclaimer? I was going to show you guys the disclaimer where it does tell you. Is it right there? No. But, okay, so this is a generic pattern. So it tells you, like, for the original color, it says, for the head and the abdomen, use beige. Now, they do tell you that this is for, they put this in all the kits. So whatever the main color is, you're supposed to use, like, for this one it says beige, but I'm actually using this blue. But, see the wings? The wings are all one color, but the trim is a different color, right? So the wings are all the same color as the body. This says beige. So the wings should be beige too, right? Okay, the antennas are yellow. The flowers are pink. The leaves are green. It talks about the assembly. And it's all screwed up. It's all jacked up. The wings are back here. Now they're saying the wings are yellow. Now, if this is all for one and you swap out the colors, that should have said beige. That's throwing me off because the antennas are yellow. And then, let's see, is it that one? No, where did I see it? Talking about joining. Now, I will say this. So far, I'm able to read the pattern, and it's coming out fine. So I'm going to show you where I got. Okay? And they do give you plenty of yarn. And I am using, it's a 4-weight yarn. But they've got me using a 2.5 millimeter hook. So this is where I've gotten so far. Hi, Miss Catherine. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you could join me tonight. I'm coming on late. Thank you for the like. Thank you, thank you. But yeah, so this is where I've gotten so far. This is the body. It looks like, if you guys watch South Park, it reminds me of Mr. Hanky. Obviously, it does not look, and what it did was they had me do a round of 6 single crochets, 2 rows of 6 single crochets, and then an increase all the way around to 12. So of course it's going to balloon out. It's not going to gradually go up, which is what see, it looks funny. I know, right? This is what it's supposed to look like. So you can see here this is like I said, this is an AI image. In the image, you can see how it gradually goes up like a normal butterfly, right? Okay, now, you see how big the head is? That should be bigger. I think I'm going to take it out and increase it again. I'm going to make this work. I'm going to try to make this work. There's plenty of yarn, but the ratio, I don't think, like, see how big the head is? I don't think the head's going to be that big. I think I should, because I'm already doing the repeat rounds. I think I should. It is cute. But I think the head needs to be bigger to match the actual picture. And not look like that. Look at those eyelashes. That's not what the eyelashes look like that they sent me. Thank goodness. The eyelashes that they sent me actually do look like that. They're very subtle. They're very tiny. But anyway, so yeah, I think I'm going to tweak the pattern, and I'm going to increase the head. I'm going to make it bigger so that it looks more like that. So this is where I've got. I finally started it. Y'all, with my vision, it's been really hard. It's been really hard. To find the stitches, because it's like they're so tiny. And like I said, they've got me using a 2.5 millimeter hook, which I have not used in a long time. So I pulled out my fancy one. I pulled out my fancy 2.5 millimeter hook. Isn't that pretty? The round part stays in your hand, and then the flat part stays on your fingers. And so you can put your thumb there. I haven't used this one in a while, but I'm going to switch over to this one. Oh, thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. I just did them tonight. I said, I know I've got some rainbow. It's Pride Month. I've got rainbow somewhere, so I think I can, with the stars, I think I can carry these over to 4th of July. What do you think? Try to get the colors of the rainbow in there. Oh, goodness. But yeah, so, I mean, I'm kind of disappointed in that, so, but we'll see. But it does give you everything in the kit. So this is how the yarn came. So I'm working with that. Let me wind this up, actually. So I'm working with this. It's all jacked up. They do give you enough filling. Uh-oh. I think I'm going to end up with a knot. We don't want that. Alright, so while I am putting this away to show you the next project I'm working on, I want to let you guys know that the postcard fairy giveaway is still on. I got it off of Temu. I think they had it for like $14 or $15, but I got it for $6. And I thought, to give it a try, I went ahead and got it because I'd had my eyeball on it, and I'd had it in my cart for the longest time, and I wanted to do it. And like I said, it's very obvious that it's AI. Uh-oh. No, I'm trying to avoid the knots. Let's not do knots. Come on now. Work with me here. And this yarn is very, very nice. It's like the, what do they call it? The milk cotton. That's what it feels like. I'm sure it's an acrylic, but it feels like the milk cotton. Now I had it all pulled out and straightened, and now it's wanting to go and knot up on me. Catherine says she's been crocheting since she was 8. Me too. Yep, I picked it up when I was, I want to say I was 8 or 9 years old, I believe. My great-grandmother taught me how to knit, but my grandmother taught me how to crochet in the 70s. And back then, yarn wasn't as, and I don't know how old you are, but yarn wasn't as accessible back then. And in my town, where I live now, when we first moved here, I was 10 when we moved here, not quite 11 yet. I'm in southeast Tennessee. There was a place called the Yarn Barn, and you could get yarn by the pound. It was so awesome. And well, it went out of business because it burnt down and they never rebuilt. And I mean, it was a dream. Shoot, I ended up with a little tiny knot after all, but at least it didn't. I can hide that in the middle of it. Anyway, trying to wind this up. So you can do it all. I can't knit as well as most. If I get a notion, I dabble. Alright, so the kit comes with full instructions. Like I said, it comes with everything you need. But I mean, look, it does not look like what I bought when they got it done. That's what's throwing me off. That is hilarious. It looks like a piece of poo. Looks like Mr. Hanky from South Park. I kid you not. But it comes with, here's the yellow. Is that cute? That is so cute. So, I mean, they give you plenty of yarn. And then here's the pink. And it's wound tight, so you've got plenty. And then here's the green for the stems. So if I can make it work, it's really pretty. And then it gives you a pocket. Let me get it all out. And then it gives you a pocket of, this was actually compressed stuffing. And then when I opened it up, it came out. It wasn't as vacuum sealed. So that's why it's all puffed up. And then, let's see. It gives you a code that you can scan, I guess, to go to the website, maybe for them to help out. And this is how the black came for the mouth that I'm supposed to do. And then here's the piece that you guys told me not to throw away, that I thought it was just a piece of crumpled up plastic, but it's actually my eyelashes that are supposed to go on it. So I mean, the eyelashes are really cute. It should be interesting. Let's see what else. Oh, it also came with the wires for the antennas. It came with really pretty safety eyes, and it came with this little tube that's got needles in it, and it came with some stitch markers, which I pulled out already. So it's going to have green eyes, but I mean, it came with everything. So I mean, you can't beat that. The deal was amazing. And like I said, I'm in no way promoting it at all. I am not associated with them. But, I mean, if you guys decide you want to get this kit, I'm just letting you know. I'm going to put the eyelashes in here so I don't lose them again and accidentally throw them away. So that you guys will know that, you know, it does come with everything you need. The problem is it's not going to work up the way that picture is, because it is an AI image. Oh my God, Ellie, no. No, honey, no. And because this is not vacuum sealed anymore, it's going to be a pain in the patoot to get everything back in here. Go on, get in there. Thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. I hit my goal last week. My goal is to get at least 20 likes every night while I'm on. I stayed on for 3.5 hours. I would hope that I'd get at least 20, but I ended up with like 26 likes, I believe. But yeah, it comes with everything you need, and I have no idea where I stuffed the hook. But yeah, it came like this. And believe it or not, it all fit in here at one time. And then this fits in there too. But yeah, I started it. Oh, she's wanting to get over here. Okay, hang on. There you go. There you go. Come over here. She wants to get beside me. We're in together. We're in bed together, by the way. All right. Miss Catherine says, I can crochet, knit, cross stitch, plastic canvas, latch hook, draw, and some other stuff. Some other stuff I can't think of. Janice said, I wish you luck with your project. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna do it the way it says, and then I think I'm gonna pull out some of my own yarn and see if I can't tweak it to get it more like what the picture actually looks like. Catherine, I'm with you there. When I originally started this channel, I was cross stitching, and then of course y'all know I went blind, so I was cross stitching, and then I was crocheting, and I was doing both, and then I went through and when I started to go blind, I had to stop cross stitching because I used to make cross stitch patterns. As a matter of fact, somebody bought one of my patterns on my Etsy shop, my Serenity prayer pattern that I created, which really tickled me. So if you're listening, if you're out there, thank you. I appreciate it. And it does come with a zip top so you can close it up. But yeah, I mean, you know, for the price, it was worth a try. So I thought I'd give it a try. But yeah, so I've got some latch hook kits in my craft room. I have a tower and a tote full of cross stitch materials and patterns. Of course, that's why I've been giving away a lot of my patterns too, because of the eye thing. It's hard to cross stitch anymore. I do needlepoint. I do plastic canvas as well, and then I crochet with everything. I crochet with old cassette tapes, old VCR tapes, plastic bags, t-shirts, repurposed sweaters. Like if you go to the dollar store, if you go to like a thrift store and you see old sweaters, say people sell them and you can get them for $1, you can take that and you can get to where you can watch the seams, you can unravel it and repurpose the yarn. Wow, I went from 9 to 1 viewers. Everybody left me all at the same time. That was weird. A couple of y'all came back. All right, so on to the next project. Now, since it is Pride Month, I am working with my rainbow yarn. And let me get this kit out of the way, and I will show you that. And I wanted to do it up with glitter. So, the glitter's not, and this is not, it's prettier and darker off camera. It's actually a dark smoke, but this is showing it as a light gray, but it's a dark smoky gray, believe it or not. It's so weird. Let me turn the light off and see if you guys will. Maybe if I do it up here, maybe. No, maybe over here. No, it's still not as dark as it really is. I thought I'd give it a try. So, I thought I'm going to do a spiral beanie. Because, you know, I'm doing the Operation Watch Cap for the hats. So I'm doing the I told you guys, every time I see this, I think, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road. So anyway, so this is going to be my rainbow hat. I love these colors. Now, these colors really are as vibrant as you see them on camera. This is red heart stripes, and it's so hard to find. And it's hard for me to find this. It's gone. Once people find it, it's gone. I can't ever find it anywhere. So I'm trying to I've done a couple of these, but I I've done it with the black, and I've done one with the white. But yeah, so I'm doing a spiral beanie with that. And then I'm going to do it with, I was trying to find like a varsity blue. I think that would be pretty if I did one with the varsity blue as well. So what is everybody else working on tonight? We'll set that there. And I am using a 5.5 millimeter hook, which is an eye hook with everything. Here's another one that I started, and I'm just winging my stitches with it. So I really, again, I can't see my colors. My daughter helped me pair this together. I'm using these two colors, and they seem to be coming out okay. This was a skein that was donated for the Operation Watch Cap, so I'm trying to make as many hats as I can with that. And if you guys are not familiar, the Operation Watch Cap is, we are donating hats to the local veteran hospitals for all of our veterans. We're trying to get 1,000 hats together, knit, crochet, all the things. So what I'm doing is I did my base hat, which is up to, I did the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the increase, which is 5 stitches, to where I get 60 stitches, and then I do whatever pattern I want to do. And right now I'm doing the extended single crochet, which causes it to give it like a bean ripple effect, which is really nice. Catherine says, my grandmother was blind, and she touched me to, she taught you to do patterns, and I learned a little from my mom, but not as much as I have from my grandmother. I taught my mom, I taught my mother-in-law, I've taught many friends, tried to teach my daughter, I taught my sisters, but the only people that really kept up with it were a couple of my friends, and that was it. Nobody else really kept up with it. So I did it in the solid color, and then I'm using the, this is called, it's Lion Brand. This is just what's left over. It's a Lion Brand cake. It was called Lion Brand Ombre, but in like a blue jean color. Sorry, this phone of mine is being a pain. I get it. I have to use the voice text, so sometimes it comes out really funny. I laugh at myself at some of the messages I send to people. Okay, so yeah, I'm doing, now some people when they do the extended single crochet, they'll do it like this. I'll show you, because I saw it the other day where, you know, normally you go in and you take it and you wrap it and pull it through. And I'm showing that they do the extended single crochet where you wrap it and pull it through 1 and then wrap it and pull it through 2 for the extended single crochet. But the way that I do it, it gives it a texture, which is really, really nice. You can see the difference. It feels so neat the way it bumps. So what I do is I wrap it ahead of time. I go in there, I wrap it, and I pull it through, and then I slip stitch that one that I wrapped. And then I do the single. So I wrap it and put it through, wrap it, pull it through, and slip stitch, and then pull it through too. And that's how I do my extended single crochet. But once you get the hang of it, you know, it flows pretty well. You just have to be careful not to wrap it and pull it through all 3, because then that's your half double. It's getting through that slip stitch that takes a while to get used to. And I thought about doing the linked double at the end. And the linked double, if you guys are not familiar with, it's where you actually, instead of, well, yeah, slipping that slip stitch is fiddly. So like the linked double, I'll show you an example here. So like you're doing a double crochet, okay? And the link double is, instead of wrapping it, what you do is you go through the leg of the last stitch, wrap it from there, and then you go in and grab your stitch and wrap it, and you do your double crochet. And what that does is it makes it more uniform, and it holds them together, so there's not like right here I didn't do it. See how you've got that spacing in between? With the linked double, you don't have that spacing in between. It puts it more uniform. It doesn't change the shape or anything. It just makes it more uniform. You're just connecting them pretty much is what you're doing. You're in your 30s. Ooh, Catherine, you got a long way to go. Ah, youth. I remember on my 30th birthday, my father and my stepmom did not coordinate. It was so funny. But my dad was into music, so for my 30th birthday, he was in Washington State, and my first husband and I were stationed at Fort Knox, Kentucky. And they wrapped up their separate gifts, and they gave it to me. But he gave me Heart's Greatest Hits CD, and she gave me a puffed 24 karat gold heart necklace. And they didn't even coordinate. It just came out that way. It's so funny. You have epilepsy? My mother had epilepsy. So I haven't experienced it, but I've experienced having to take care of someone who has epilepsy. Yeah, it took a while for them to get all of her medications straightened out. She passed away when she was 44, but it wasn't from the epilepsy. They told her that she shouldn't drive, but she drove anyway, which, is kind of scary because, you're not supposed to drive if you have epilepsy because you don't know if you could have a seizure on the road. And she got hers, she didn't develop hers until she was in her 30s, when she originally developed hers, because when she was little, she was leaning back in her chair at the dinner table, and the chair fell backwards, and she hit her head really hard on the concrete. It's hard. I'm sure, honey. I'll be praying for you. I know that's a lot for someone to deal with. I don't have, my mother was the only one nobody in my family had diabetes. Now I do. And I've had it and I have all the complications that come with it. As far as, I made sure I took care of my hands and my feet. I have neuropathy. So I made sure I took care of my hands and my feet because I've had too many of my friends who have had amputations. But what got me? Retinopathy. It's where your retina detaches from the back of your eyeball, and I had 5 surgeries in the past year and a half. Well, and within less than a year, I had 5 different eye surgeries, and they won't give me my disability. Girl, I finally got approved for mine. Are you trying to do it yourself, or are you using someone? It's harder to get when you're younger. Mine was an age factor, because I'm closer to the early retirement age. Mine was an age factor, and because of all the images and everything that my retinopatist, my eye doctor, sent in, they didn't give me the disability on my sciatica or my degenerative arthritis in my lower back, or any of my nerves being exposed, or my neuropathy or my diabetes. They gave it to me on my eyes. You do have a lawyer. How long have you been fighting it? Everybody told me that I needed to wait a year of being out of work before I filed with a lawyer. I wasn't out of work until I started having my eye surgeries, and then the healing and having to go back and go back and go back. And then they couldn't save my right eye. Wow, you've been buying it for 3 to 4 years? Bless your heart. It took my mother, I think they turned her down twice. It took her 2 years with an attorney. Does your attorney say that you've got a good case, or did you just recently lawyer up, or was that, or you've had him this whole time? Girl, if you've had that lawyer this whole time, I'd be finding me somebody else. Y'all like my peaceful music I've got playing in the background? Thought I'd have something different. I usually have like the Celtic instruments playing in the background, but I'll show you what I'm playing, because I've got it on my tablet, but my Bluetooth speaker's behind me. So this is what we're listening to. Isn't that cute? Little sparkles. I like to sleep by it sometimes, but this is what I've got playing in the background. It's YouTube. And if you don't know, let me pull this up here. This is what I'm working with for my hats. See how pretty this is? Isn't that gorgeous? It's sparkly yarn. Yay, it's got glitter. And this is actually a very, very dark navy blue. It's actually closer to the black, believe it or not. But the way the camera's picking it up, it's making everything brighter. I don't know why. But yeah, these are, so far I've got, I try to get 20 hats done a month. And then I take donations on anybody that would like to contribute and send hats to me. There will be, my P.O. box will be listed in the, what they call the show notes, but it's the description. It's in all my description boxes, my P.O. box. If you guys would like to make hats, knit, crochet, whatever. We've got one lady that does all of hers on the Addy machine, and she can crank out about 7 or 8 a day. She goes. I pulled out this black because I thought I might pair some ice yarn, and the camera also picks up every little tiny kitty glitter that I've got. I've got 4 cats and a chihuahua, and his hair is more like barbed wire. It's everywhere. But yes, and this is the ice yarn, and this is a 4-weight, but it's more on the thinner side, not like a Red Heart 4-weight. But this is what I'm working with, pairing them together. I wanted to use up all of my variegated yarns and pair it up. I had paired this with the cream, but this is all I had left of the cream. And these turned out really cute. I think I made like 3 hats with these. Let's see. Catherine says, yeah, he says I have a good case. And this is your second lawyer. Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, you got to get someone that's going to advocate for you. If the first one isn't going to get it done for you, girl, you get you a second one. Well, I don't want to break your heart and tell you how long it took me. Like I said, my factors were the images that I sent them. I sent them a copy of they had me go see their doctor too. And then their eye doctor said, yep, you can't see. Everything that you've told them is correct. And I'm going to go ahead and send in my recommendation. And I'm like, yay, thank you. So I did it all myself. I had already decided that if I couldn't get it approved, I was going to Oh, hi, how are you? I'm trying to, let's see. Mom, how do you say that? Memonen Hansa. Oh, do you have a name I can call you? I could just call you Mama. Oh, thank you for the likes, guys. I appreciate it. The likes are up here. If you'll hit that thumbs up, I appreciate it. It's free. It helps me out. I appreciate it. Here's one that I want to work with. I'm going to pair this. Can you guys tell me if that's navy blue or black? The lawyer before this dropped me after we lost one. So he dropped you. Ah. Well, luckily my mother, like I said, she got turned down twice, but she kept the same lawyer, and he really... nice selection for the hats. Thank you, Janice. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's all my scraps, and I keep pulling out more. I keep finding little cakes that I'd put together. I can't find my needle. Yeah, little cakes that I put together, and so I thought I'd pair this. I'm pretty sure, I can't tell if that's a navy or a black. I think it's a navy. I mean, still pair it with a black and it would look okay. Yeah, it's definitely a navy, because it's darker than what it's showing on the camera. Bless your heart, Catherine. Honey, I'll pray for you, because I know that's hard. I did mine myself. I figured if I was going to get turned down that I would lawyer up then, but I got it approved. Took me 8 months from the time I filed. I officially got approved in August of last year during the summer, and February of this year I am on there's a work program where I can work part-time, and I can make less than $1,200 a month for the first 5 years from the time they approve you, and they backdated it to February of 25. So I'm a year and a half into my 5 years, and you're allowed to make up to $1,200 a month. Of course, y'all know you can't live on that. Shoot, most rent's more than that. So you can make up to 25. This is in the state of Tennessee. You can make up to $1,200 a month. You have 9 months in that 5-year period where you can make as much as you want. You can make $5,000 for 9 months, and it doesn't have to be consecutive. It can be like, say you make $5,000 one month, and then you make $600 the next month, and you make $5,000 the next month. So it's only the months that you go over the $1,200, and that's for 5 years. Looks navy and gray. Thank you. Yeah, that's what I thought. But like I said, my eyesight, y'all know I have issues. I had to ask my daughter, which paired well a while ago with the one that I'm working on. I believe this is a purple. Yeah, and then after that 5 years, and it's a specific work program that they have. After the 5 years, then you can make up to whatever the yearly minimum is. And the yearly minimum is, in my state, is $1,600 a month. It won't touch your benefits. That's the amount you can make, then it won't touch your benefits. And they are on you like white on rice to make sure that you get your pay stubs in. Let me tell you, because that's where I'm at right now. I went back to work at the place where I went blind. Originally, they've been working with me. Is that brown? I think these are... Is that like a orangey-ish brown? And I know this is like a brown. Or is that purple? Is it brown? I think it's brown. You're in Illinois? Yeah, once you get approved, check with I actually called and spoke with them, and I got online, and they also sent me a booklet. It explains all that for your state, what you're allowed to make if you went back to work part-time, because you cannot live on your disability check unless you have a husband or a wife, or you have someone that you're living with that helps with the bills. I'm by myself. It's just me. It was my daughter. She's in college now. Actually, she's home for the summer. But she has not contributed any amount of money whatsoever to the household. So, and I don't expect her to. But, I was out of work for a year and a half, and I had to live on my credit cards. That's what I had. I had to survive. But I was never late on my rent, thank goodness, because I don't like my landlord. And I've lived here for 24 years. I always keep a tape measure on hand. When I make my hats, I measure it from the top of the brim. And I want to make sure that they're always at least about 8 to 9 inches long. So, I mean, and I've tried that on my head, so it comes out about right. And their circumference is usually between 22 and 24 inches, but I don't ever need to do that. I just put it around my head just to make sure. But yeah, so these are the hats for the men and women, the veterans at the VA hospitals that we're donating. But I can't wait to work with that because it's so pretty. But I got the glitters out because I thought, it's Pride Month. It's Pride Month. See? Pride Month. Yay! So I thought I'd do some colors. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at right now. And I haven't really worked on anything else except, like I said, the butterfly project. And then now I'm working on these 2 hats to get them done. And I want to say this is called the bean stitch, but I don't, because that's what it feels like. Do you like that texture? Can you see it? It's raised, but I just love that. I was taught that it was the extended single, but I can see where, when I saw the lady teaching the other day doing the extended single, I could see why she said, because the extended single that she showed is just like the extended half double, the extended half double, the extended double, the extended triple. You know, it's very similar to those. Yeah. Yeah, it's really it can be a little complicated. I finally got it all straightened out, but you're talking about the hats for the veterans. I was actually married. My first husband and I were married for 17 years. He was in the military. He was retired, not retired. He got out for disability, 90% disabled in his back, but he's able to get around and function. And we're still friends, believe it or not. We didn't have any kids together. My daughter is from my second marriage. See, and sometimes I'll forget to do that slip stitch, because if you forget and you do it this way, you're going to end up with either a half double or a double. But you got to slip stitch that one. But yeah, so we meet for the Operation Watch Cap. We meet once a month, and like I said, if you guys would like to donate any hats, I will. If you want, you can either be anonymous, or I can put you on. I can film it and do a video on it, and put it on my channel to show where I've donated them. If you would like to contribute yarn for the ladies to work on the hats, if you want to contribute that way, or of course funds to purchase supplies, we accept those as well. Just let me know. All my information is going to be in the description box, and it's in all of my description boxes on how you can contact me. And again, the vision thing. So, Catherine, I am completely blind in my right eye. It's like I don't see black. I just see, it's just like it's like massive gray. And every now and then, if there's a bright light on this side of my right eye, I can see the bright light, and that's it. That's all I see. That's it. They're trying to save my eye so they don't take it out, because I have a very rare condition. They got the retinopathy repaired, but I've got a rare condition in my right eye. It's, oh gosh, let's see. It's 4 words. It's arterial hydroloidal peripheral something, and I always forget the last word is. But anyways, it's a mouthful. But I've had treatment. I've been getting treatments on it, and was getting injections for a while there, so they wouldn't have to take it. And I asked him. I said, take it like remove it from my face. He said, yeah. And I was like, okay. I've got a great relationship with him. He's awesome. Hey, Miss Terry, how are you? Thumbs up, fading. Leave you running. You go fall asleep again with me. Well, thank you for coming in, Terry. I appreciate it. I got on late tonight. I wasn't going to come on at all. In fact, I had originally canceled my live, and then I don't know. I just got my second win, and I wanted to come talk to you guys. I met a new friend in here last week, and she sent me a message earlier. Her name was Linda. Linda, are you listening in the background, hon? I know you found me earlier, and I came on late. I was wondering, saw a short. Yes, yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to come on tonight. Catherine, my grandmother, the eye thing where she slowly lost her vision. Oh, bless her heart. Well, mine happened very, very fast. I saw like a wall of it's actually blood, but I saw it looked like a slug sliding down my eye and my vision, and then within a couple months it was gone. And then in my left eye, it started to do the same thing. And after all this, I had 2 surgeries in my left eye. I've had 3 surgeries in my right. In my left eye, I've got a blind spot right in the center. Like looking at you right now, this is why I have to have my camera facing this way so I can read your comments. And the only way I can read your comments is because I have to have my phone 2 inches from my face with 3.25 specs on. So, oh, thank you. Thank you for the like. That was probably Miss Terry. I appreciate it. Yeah, so I have a blind spot in my middle eye, and it depending on how good I sleep, it depends on how big it is or how small it is, but that has more to do with my not so much my retina, because they told me it was scar tissue from the diabetes, from all the damage that had been done to it prior. I think I didn't have it before, so I think it was actually scar tissue from the surgeries, to be honest. But of course, my doctor's not going to admit to something like that. Then I just slip stitch. A chain 1, that doesn't count. And I did 3 rows of the variegated, so I think I'm going to do... I want to use more of the variegated. I think I'm just going to do 2 rows of this color, and I'm going to tie it off right now and then switch over to my variegated. I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's take that out. We're going to add our color. So I'll just come to the end, pull this up. Oh, of course, it'd be good if I could... Oh, there we go. That's what I thought. I pulled up more than 1 stitch. So because of that, what I see in the center of my left eye is like a blank spot. So like I see the blank spot right here, it's just blue. It picks up whatever, my brain picks up whatever color is surrounding it. When I watch a TV show, I can only see half of a face. It's very weird. I know, it's very weird. Nobody ever tells you this stuff is going to happen. Okay, we're going to switch. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to pick this up. If I can find the end of it. There you are. Where are you? Dang it. Okay. It's unraveling. So on this hat, I'm doing, I'm alternating with the rainbow color. I'm doing double crochet. With the glitter color, I'm doing half double crochet. With this one, I'm doing the extended single, or I think it's the bean stitch, guys. I don't know. My version of the extended single, and I just did the double crochets here, but I'm doing until I get to where I'm going to do the brim. From the top down, before I get to the brim, I always measure out 7 inches. 7 inches down, and then when I do the brim, that adds another inch or 2 to it. And it's one hat fits most. All right. So let's put this... Oh! I wondered what... Can you see this? She's grabbing my needle. She's grabbing my... She had a hold of the yarn. So I was trying to get it. There you go. She's... Dang it. Don't get that out of your mouth. Cat. She's 14 years old. And I've talked about how we had to go to the vet, and she's an expensive 14 years old. Now I can't find the end again. Dang it, cat. Psst. She's got me all screwed up. All right, put this back down. Now let's find the end now that I know where that is. She's still got some pep in her step. That's for sure. All right, there we go. All right. So just make a loop. And so usually I have to have everything magnified, or I just feel. I most of my stitching I do by feel. And that's why it kills me that I can't cross stitch like I used to, because I can't do it by feel because my peripheral vision's off. And so it takes me 5 or 6 tries just to stab the hole. And that's on, if you're a cross stitcher, you know, on a 14 or an 11 count, that's just ridiculous. So it takes me forever and I get frustrated. And I love to make jewelry, and I still make stitch markers. Did I skip a stitch there? No. I still make stitch markers. It just takes me, and I love doing it. It just takes me a really long time to do it. And that is one thing that I love to do when I'm doing my giveaways. You all know I throw in a bunch of stitch markers. Oh, seriously. I throw in a bunch of stitch markers. So like the postcard fairy giveaway that's going on right now, I dropped that again because I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. My postcard fairy giveaway, where are you? Dang it. My postcard fairy, shit. Sorry. I try not to use my potty mouth when I'm in here, but I do have my moments. Nope, that's not it. I'm not wanting this one. I'm wanting this one. So, yeah, the postcard fairy giveaway is still going on as long as your cards are post-dated by the end of the month. And then we're drawing for that. Y'all have seen, I've got 2 10 packs of yarn, and I've got the specialty hooks, and then some great cookbooks and some crafting ideas, and stitch markers, and card things to make cards, and I mean just a whole plethora of stuff. Some cool keychains. All right, let's get this straightened out. Yay! All right, that does not count as a stitch, so I'm going to go back in the same spot if I can find it. Feel it right there. Is that it? Yeah. This is always the hardest part, the very first stitch, because it's so tight to get that slip stitch in. Oh, yay, we did it. All right, let me get a couple stitches in here, and then I'm going to tie it off. And I hate it when it splits. Well, it's not going to work if it splits. I hate it when the yarn splits. You guys have that issue? What yarns do you guys find splits the most? I have issues with Karen Simply Soft. I thought it was so cool that my grandmother went by feeling. That's what I ended up having to do. Somebody had Crystal the Yarny Crazy, Crystal the Yarny Chicken Crazy Cat Lady. Yeah, I always get that confused. Crystal. Crystal the Yarny. She had sent me a challenge before I went blind, and you had to make a granny square 4 rounds from start to finish with your eyes closed. You had to do it all by feel. So I've got that mastered now. That's a walk in the park for me. All right. So this is from before. This is from now. So I'm going to cinch that up so there's no hole. I'm going to take this, and I'm just going to overhand knot it. And then I'm going to go back and hide the tails later. But yeah, she sent me that challenge. It was going around in the crochet world. This was, I want to say it was about 3 or 4 years ago. because I have been, my issue started, well, my right eye started about 6 years ago, but when I started actually going completely blind with the left one, that started 2.5 years ago. And so, yeah, it had to have been it was about at least a year before that when she had sent me that challenge that was going around. I was like, psh, yeah, send it to me now. I've got that in the bag. All right, I'm going to move this out of the way before she starts. Oh, look what she's doing. Isn't that precious? She's not even my cat. She's my daughter's cat. She's going off to college with her. We had to go get all of her shots and updated. She's so soft. Strictly indoors. Super, super soft. We may have to take a trip to outside to let my other wayward children in. They got new collars with new bells. The inside kitties, I got 2 inside cats. They don't get collars with bells. The outside kitties get collars with bells because we want people to know if they see them, because they're very, very friendly, that they belong to somebody, and that way it'll scare off predators and it just makes them safer. They have the bell collars on. I don't get them name tags or anything like that because they have a tendency to come home without their collars because they're breakaways. So if they get stuck on a branch, they can pop right off if they get stuck on a fence line or something like that. But I live out in the country, so. Pretty girl. She's so soft. She's one of those kitties that actually loves to get her belly rubbed. She'll show it to you and let you rub all over. Oh, she's going to wrap her legs around me. She loves to get her belly rubbed. She's one of my few cats that love to get her belly rubbed. I've got a male kitty that likes it. One of my male kitties that likes it. Yes, pretty girl. I'm scratching the belly. Oh, yes, 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 yes. So I had all this in a bag, but I wanted it out in the open so I could kind of look and see what color combinations I wanted to put together. I've made some solid ones, but solid ones are boring. I wanted to do. Now I will do, like, if I'm doing a specialty stitch other than this, I will change it. I will work with the solids that way, but I'm really enjoying doing the spiral beanies. I did a tutorial on it. Oh, y'all, I gotta get something to drink. Hang on just a second. Oof. I'm drinking water, but I sure do wish it was a glass of wine. I may with y'all one weekend. I may go get myself a bottle of wine, get on here and drink a bottle of wine while I'm talking with y'all. That would be very entertaining. I guarantee it. It would be a lot of fun. And y'all grab your glass of wine or your shot of whiskey or whatever, or your beer, and you can drink with me too. Catherine says, that's a good idea because it gives people that aren't blind a chance to see how someone feels like to be blind. Yeah, I feel, especially with this rippled effect, I feel where my holes are. That's why when I was working on that butterfly, it was difficult because this, like I said, I'm working with a 2.5 millimeter hook. It's very tiny. So like making plushies with like the fluffy blanket yarns, ugh, that's a breeze, man. That is just a breeze for a blind person, let me tell you. But working with the tinier yarns, like working with maybe threads or doilies, that's a little bit more difficult. But I've been doing it so long now. So I'm going to do 3 rows in this color. Hi, Miss Monica. How are you this evening? Welcome to my channel. Well, seeing I can't get, it's not wanting me to grab that stupid slip stitch. There we go. Slip. Dang it. Slip. Nope. That's what's frustrating. There we go. Yeah, I get a flow going, and like there, it's split. Oh. Sometimes I just let it go if it splits. You'll ever do that? If I've done it like 2 or 3 times, I just said forget it, and I just go ahead and let it split. I mean, because you can't tell. Not with this ombre, you can't tell. I mean, oh well, you can tell right there where it's kind of up a little bit right there, where it split on me. Maybe if I do this, but I mean, unless you're looking for it, you don't know it's there. There we go. We hit it. Yay! Ooh, I got a like. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, if you guys aren't aware, please hit that like button. I appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. I'm come on late every Saturday night. I'm in Southeast Tennessee, and I stay on usually for about 2 or 3 hours. Catherine says, I have the problem where if I've been using a hook for a while and I change up hooks, it throws me off. I understand. It's like me going from the 5.5 to the 2.5. I get it. I totally get it. That's why I am with working with tension on my yarns. I don't, because most of my I don't have my silicone beaded ones. They're all the same with the silicone beaded ones. So whether this size changes or not, it's okay. I can handle it with my hands. But and I don't even have one out today. Usually I have them in my hand. But my issue is working with the different yarns. If it says a 4-weight, it should feel like a 4-weight, but it doesn't always feel like a 4-weight. Sometimes a 4-weight feels like a 3 or a 2, and that's what throws me off. But I just pair it. I'll pair it together with a different color just to make my own little like variegated stripes. If it's a thinner one, so that I can work with like the 5.5. I've done that on many of my hats, actually. As I showed you guys last week, we were working with that purple, and I tripled it up, and I showed you guys how to triple it up by using one skein of yarn instead of crocheting with it. In fact, if you guys didn't see it, I'll show you real quick. And I'm not going to do crochet with it, but I'll show you what I'm talking about. Say this is a really skinny yarn, and I wanted to make it more like a 4-weight or a 5 bulky. You just take it like this. You just got one skein. You take it like this and you pull it down. So you've got your loop here, and you go down to where the end is. And then you make a loop there. And then pull it down. And now you've got a bulky 5 with this 4. Now you've got a bulky 5 to work with. Now I would work with like a 6.5 or a 7 millimeter hook for it being this thick. But then you just go ahead and you crochet with it this way, and that way you don't have to use 2 or 3 skeins of yarn. You just use the one skein of yarn, and then as you're crocheting, when you come down and you come to this loop, what you're going to do is you're going to split that loop open, and you're going to pull this yarn through, and you're going to continue and just pull it and pull it, and you don't have to knot it, and it continues. You crochet with it. You come down to your loop as you're crocheting, and again, you take it, pull it through as long as you want to make it, and then continue. And then that way you don't have to use 3 skeins of yarn, you just use the one. I hope that helps somebody. That's what I do with when I have the really skinny, like a 2-weight, and I don't know what to do with the 2-weight to make anything in particular. I will go ahead and I will do that so that I can use it as a 4 or a thinner 5. But yeah. Y'all, I cannot believe it is June. It is June. So it's kind of like a big chin stitch. A big chin stitch? I'm not familiar with a big chin stitch. Are you talking about the stitch that I'm working on here? It's supposed to be extended single crochet, which, like I said, usually the extended single crochet is you go in, you pull it up, you go through one, and then you do your, and then you do your single, except you're supposed to leave it on your hook and not let it fall off. Pull it through, go through one, and then go through two. Same thing with the double. You wrap it, you go in, you pull it through, you go through one, you go through two, and then you go through two. That's the extended. That's the actual extended. But the way that I do it, that I was taught by somebody else who actually she makes hats professionally. I can't think of her name. It's slipped my mind. And she uses this stitch for her beanies, and people like Whoopi Goldberg have bought them from her. And that woman sells her hats for between $100 and $150 a piece. She uses she'll use mercerized cotton, or she'll use modal cashmere, and she uses all the expensive fibers that I can't afford. But anyway, she was calling this the extended crochet, and I've been doing it like this ever since because I love the texture. I think it's pretty the way that it comes out. But yeah, you wrap it and then you slip stitch that stitch. So then you do the single. Instead of wrapping it and going through afterwards. I hope I didn't confuse anybody. Oh, I got another like. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now my skinnier yarns, I put my yarn through my fingers like this. If I've got a skinnier yarn, I'll wrap it like this just to keep my tension. And that's my biggest thing, is my tension on my yarns, so it doesn't get away with me. Or if I have a cap beside me, and then I just let it flow. Ooh, that seems to be helping with the slipping in that stitch. Yeah, so this one just happens. Shit, come on. Dang it. There we go. But I'm going to do 3 rows of this. So I've got 17 hats as of now completed. My goal is to hit 20 by the 23rd, because that's when we're having our meeting to turn in all of our hats that we've made. And like I said, some of the ladies are using knitting machines. Some of the ladies are actually using, circular needles. Some of them, most of them are crocheting. Some are using a loom. Everybody's doing them totally different. It's however creative we want to be and whatever colors we want to use, because they're going to the men and the women. And they actually thought about extending it to the visiting families as well, because our goal is to get 1,000 hats. And right now we're up to, I think it's 536. So yeah, and that was our goal, to get there by Christmas. So we're doing pretty good. Oh, I got another like. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I appreciate it so much. I'm not monetized. So I don't get paid for the advertisements. I don't get nothing. So I'm trying to get my watch hours up. But you guys liking this and subscribing brings more people to my channel. And that's really, really helps. It's free, and it just means the world to me. Y'all just don't know. This is such a wonderful community. I've been doing YouTube for 12 years. And like I said, when I originally started my channel, it was cross stitch. Then I went blind, and I started picking up on crochet and kind of pulled away from cross stitch for a while there, and then went blind and had to pull away from cross stitch completely. But I'm starting to pick it back up. It just takes me, I get frustrated because it takes me a while. Like I said, my peripheral's off, so doing the needle from behind and doing the needle from the front, it's hard for me to find the holes. I may have to do that one night. Pull up on my... Oh, I got some more. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the likes. Yay, thumbs up. I need to do that one time on camera. I need to pull it up, and when I do one of my lives, I need to have this to the side because I'm going to get pissed off and frustrated with my cross stitch when I'm doing it on camera, because it magnifies it through the lens here. It helps me, but I can see clearer off camera with the one eye. It's funny, I try to explain how I see things to people, and I try to do it as best I can for people to understand. But it's difficult unless you've been there. And oh wow, that just went super bright. Did y'all see that? Dang, where the hell did that come from? Really? Let me pull that down. That was crazy. It's just I shifted somehow, and then all of a sudden just went whoop, bright. And my eyes are very light sensitive, so I can't drive at night at all. And yes, I drive, because I did it for several years. When this eye started going, I got used to driving, which is, it's like closing one eye to see while you're driving. But with the other one, when it started going bad, I couldn't, of course. But at night, no, my eyes are light sensitive. And it's not from the headlights. See the headlights fine. See the street lights fine. I don't see a reflection. I don't see circles. It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is if there are no lines in the road, I cannot see the road because it all looks like one big color, one big black mass. If there are lines in the road, it magnifies. I can see it, no problem. And then when I drive during the day, everything looks like different shades of gray. I have to take my left eye and look up in order to see the colors. Like these colors right here, if I look over here with the left eye, I see these colors brighter. Sometimes it's hard for me to distinguish whether, like a yellow highlighter, whether it's there or not. It doesn't look like, I can't see it at all. I can see what's underneath it, but I can't see the yellow highlighter unless I look up. I don't know how to see, don't know how to explain it. It's very weird. Oh, I got another like. Thank you. Give me kisses. I give kisses to my puppy. He's in his bed. Otherwise, he'd be curled up in his little blanket right there. He has his own little blanket. Those are books that I'm selling on eBay. And then I've got a wall of yarn behind it. And then, of course, y'all know I got my yarn project, my yarn, and my projects over here. These are all projects. All projects. Plenty of live footage. Those are my body parts. And those are my body parts. Yeah. Those are all garments that I've taken photographs on the mannequin for that I have to put in my Etsy shop, and I still haven't done it yet. I keep saying I'm going to do it. I haven't done it yet. Just like my silicone beaded hooks. I haven't put them in the shop yet. What are you doing to my, hang on. Hey, that's my project. Let me move it. You don't need to be playing with that. No, I know. We got to go let your brothers and sisters in, because if we don't, yeah, I don't want them staying out all night. What is this? I think that's where I crocheted over it. I mean, when you make the yarn thicker, it's like a big chain stitch. Oh, yes. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, it said chin. That threw me off, so now I got you. Y'all, I think we might need to have to go make some popcorn. I'm craving popcorn. I get on here every time and I crave popcorn. I may have to go make some popcorn with you guys. I don't do that microwave popcorn. I do popcorn on my stove. All right, was that the last stitch? Sometimes I have to feel to line it up because I don't want to short myself, because I think this is, dang it, I can't feel. No, I guess that is a stitch. There's no leg there, so maybe it is. Oops. Yeah, it comes in handy when you triple it up like that with you're using a skinnier yarn. I think I've used all my skinny yarns up, or I'd show you what it looks like. Actually, old-fashioned popcorn making. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, and see, this is 60 stitches, but look how that looks. Isn't that pretty? See how it does that angle? And it's textured that way too. It's so cool. It just makes it less boring like just a regular double crochet. Just gives it a little bit of pizzazz. Spark it up a little bit. But my colors are boring me, so I may have to switch it out. That's why I do like 2 or 3 hats at the same time. My colors bore me. If I'm watching a TV show, I'll just set it aside. I'll put that in there. All right, we'll put this over here. We can start one. Ooh, that goes in my kit. I can't lose that. That's for my eyes for my kit. All right, let me set you down there. Stab you. Yeah, I can't lose this. That's from. I mean, I've got black yarn, of course. I'd be okay, but I would like to use. I'm going to go by their instructions and do everything that the kit says to do. And those of you who are just popping in, this is a DIY kit that I got from Temu, and I'll show you. Those of you who just come in, I'll show you the image. It's so funny. I have ADHD, so I know what you mean. Yeah, so you saw on my project wall. I have so many. And I just go back and forth. It's like, oh, I'll go back to that. I've got some I started over a year ago that, where is that paper? I know I shoved it in here. There it is. It's down at the bottom. Well, I'll just have to show it another day. Y'all just have to watch it on the replay to see, because I did it at the beginning of the video. Sorry. All right, let's see what we can do. Move this aside. All right. Let's see, is this a thinner? I'm trying to find a thinner yarn, and I'll show you what it looks like when you work with it that way. This is a thinner yarn. No, it's not for you to play with. She's trying to grab something. Hang on. Where is it? Did you get it? Okay. No, that'd be too thick. I don't want to go about, well, actually, I do have a bigger, hang on. I do have a bigger hook over here for this very reason. Come here, you. It's over on my nightstand. All right, so I don't like inline hooks. It slips off my stitch. The yarn slips off too easy for me. I'm not comfortable with the inline hooks. You know what I'm talking about? So, yeah. I don't care for the inline hooks. So this is what are you? I think it's a 6.5. Yeah, this one's a 6.5, which is a K. So, I mean, I could go from that if I was going to do like triple up something that's thin. Let's see, that's a regular 4-weight. But I think the red was the thin one. No, it's not. Well, I was going to work with the thinner one and show you guys. Let's see, what else do we have in here? I think these are all pretty much regular 4-weights. I've used up all my thin ones. This is a thinner one. No, better not do that one. What about you? What are you? Let's find one. I know what we could do. La la la. I've got an idea, guys. Let's go in the yarn wall in my closet. We're going to take a trip. So I'm going to set this aside because I do want to use this hook, even though I don't like it. So we're going to set that aside. Set my project aside. And I got a big ass bed. All right, let's get out from under the covers. We're going in the closet. Okay. I hope I don't make y'all seasick. Okay. Closet yarn wall. Ooh, I know. I was going to pull out. Oh, where's it at? I was going to pull out. Oh, something like this. This is a. I have a bunch of these. Oh, what is it? Is it this one? Yeah. So these are the Lion brand. I have a bunch of these. I got them years ago when they were on sale. The shawl in a ball. I've been making hats with them, and I've been making sweaters with them. So I made a lacy sweater with it, using just regular. Oh, my eye's leaking. Sorry. Just making regular, using it as is. It's very small. Let me see if I can find the. This one's called Feng Shui Gray. Yeah, these are pretty. Look at this. See how pretty that is. It's so pretty. But yeah, supposedly you can make a whole shawl with one ball. I was going to see if I could get the yardage on that so you guys can see. Hang on. You can get one with a label that's not actually in a bag. I know I have some that are loose. Let me see if I can feel around and find one for you. I try to keep all my glitter yarns separate, which I have all my glitter yarns. It's my loops and threads. Ugh. A lot of ice yarns. I never pay full price. I always get them when they're on sale. Let's see, I don't have one there. I was trying to find a loose one. I don't think. My Karen cakes. What was that? That's a lava cake. Isn't that pretty? No, this is thicker. It's a 4-weight. I believe it's a 4-weight. This on the thicker side. Let me look and see. Lush Living collection. I love these. So it's acrylic and wool. Yeah, this one recommends a 5mm, and it's a 4-weight, a medium 4. But to me, it's a little bit on the thicker side of a 4. But that's pretty. That is not what I wanted to grab. I wanted to grab a loose shawl in a ball. I know I have one that's not caked up. Let's see if I can find one down here that I've got put away. But I had. So I was going to read the label for you. This is some more that I've caked up that I'm going to make hats with, I think. I've already donated 2, 4. This will be 60 hats total. So this is my next set of 20. All right. I'm just going to open this up so I can read it to you. Stab it with my nail. Oh, it's not going to let me open up. There we go. And I have several sets of the shawl on the ball because I got them on a deal like years ago. I ended up getting them for like $3 a skein, and I know they're not $3 a skein now. I have no clue how much they are now, but I know they're not 3. All right, let me put my specs on. Let's see. You guys can get an idea. So see how skinny this is? This is one I would triple up if I'm going to make a hat. But otherwise, it makes it really lacy. Let's see. Yeah, see, it's saying it's a 4. It's saying it's a medium 4. Shut up. Okay, so it's got 481 yards. Now you tell me. It's more like a. That is not. That's more like a 3. So like. This is a 4. See the difference? This is more like a 3. This is a 4. Oliver. Was Little Red Riding Hood related to Robin Hood? I'm sorry. Little Red Riding Hood related to Robin Hood. They both hung out in forests. Okay, thank you for that information. They sure did. Here's the thing. Little Red Riding Hood is referring to the thing that she puts on her head. Robin Hood is referring to his last name. So no, they would not be related. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to triple it up and then food for thought. There you go. We're going to triple this up and I'll show you how to make a hat out of it. I'm not going to use this one. I'm actually going to use that original cake because I think I can get a whole hat out of this one and I think it'll be pretty. So let's work on that. And I think I may not even use this. I may end up using the 5.5 millimeter hook. So, and while we're in here, I'll go ahead and tell you guys, these are completed projects that I was selling at markets till, of course, I can't drive at night anymore. So here's a better view. That's a dress I've made. That's a sweater I've made. That's a jacket, regular jacket. Yarn, 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 yarn. So this is my closet yarn wall. So you guys can get an idea for reference. And then that is all yarn to right there. Not that, just to right there. So I've got a lot to work with. All right, let's go back. I know we usually end up coming in here and going in my craft room every time I do a live. I always end up doing that. And then, of course, you saw the yarn wall over here. You saw the yarn wall over here. And then this is all my market prep stuff. The stuffed animals and keychains and I think my tent's over here somewhere. And then I've got my stands and things like that. I will one day do it again. I will. It's in my nature to do it. It has to be a day market. I can't do, obviously, a night market. All right, so we're going to do the triple. I call it, we're going to do the triple yarn. That's what I call it. So I do a center pull because I find it easier. So there's my center pull. And this is some that I have caked up myself. So we're going to do so I'm going to show you how to work with it. I'm just going to do a basic beanie. But yeah, you saw the difference between the 4 and the, oh, I got another like. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The difference between that 4 and this 4, that's not a 4. The reason why they call it a 4 is because of the way that the fibers stick out from the sides. So they have to call it a 4, and I'm not sure why. All right, so here we go. Let me set this hook aside. So I'm going to pull it until I make a loop. And then I'm going to pull it until I come to the end of that tail. And then I'm going to make another loop. And then I'm going to pull it till I come to the end. And you don't have to make it that long. I've been doing this for so long that I just make it that long. And then this is where we're going to extend it once we get to that point. So I am going to use my 6.5 millimeter hook. So here it is, 3 strands. But I mean, you know, to me, that's more like a 4. All right. So I'm going to do I'm not going to do the magic circle with this one because there's so many strands it throws me off and I always mess it up. So I'm just going to do the regular chain 4 method. It's where you, nope. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then that's going to count as my 1 double crochet. And then I go into that first chain and I'm going to do 11 more double crochets. Into that There's 2, 3. Oops, come here. 4. Ugh, I prefer the magic circle. All right, we have come to the end. Now this is where you take your loop and you pull your yarn through. And pull it. Pull it. So now you've got your 3 strands again, and it's a continuous. So how many did I have on here? I have 1. I'm counting that as 1. I got a total of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what I'm feeling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and here's 6 and 7. Oops, come here, you. 7. And you have to be careful not to let it split. 8, 9. Oops. Uh-oh, I came to the end. Ooh, it snuck up on me. So I've got 9. I don't let it get this close. That was close. And then I pull it through. Come here, you. There we go. I do a lot at a time. It just makes it easier to work with, and then you don't have to worry about coming to the end. Alright, so there we go. And then you just pull as you match it up as it's coming through. So there's 9. 10. 11. It should be a total of 12. I'm just working over that tail. And then I'm going to pull it to the back. And there's copper. I know. Hi, honey. Copper. Like the scratches. He's my other inside boy kitty. He's inside so he doesn't have a collar. He's kind of skittish. He's the biggest one out of all of them. I know. Your mama's outside and she's half his size. Y'all have seen Boo Boo Kitty before. She's half his size. I know, honey. He likes the scratches in the belly rubs. And if that isn't enough, if I do run out, I don't think I'm going to run out to make a hat. But if I do, I have got a purple that I could do the brim for or with. I think it would pair really, really nicely. Oh, thank you for the likes. Thank you. Kisses. Kisses. I am not monetized, so I appreciate you guys taking the time to like my videos. It means a lot. Thank you so much. I'm got to get to Kitty Lemons, and he likes the scratches. Yeah, he likes the scratches because the nails are new, so they're still kind of sharp. They're not. Over time they get worn down around the edges, and they like it when I put fresh ones on because then they get really deep scratches. Yes. Oh, no, we're working with yarn. No, honey. We're working with the yarn. I know. Go on. No, go on. You need to go. Go, shoo. Nope. I said shoo. I didn't say come back for more. I will say this. They are disciplined very well when it comes to my yarn. Now, sometimes if they get a hold of a string, if it's in their face, they will play with it, chew with it, take off with it. But for the most part, they're pretty good about not messing with my stash. Oh, okay. Yep, there you go. You got to get up all in my face. Yes. I know. Oh, my word. Yeah, you're going to get right up in the camera, aren't you? Oh my gosh. Okay. He's nudging up against my other hand, which is holding my neck piece up. He's got, like right in there. Look how golden his eyes are. It's like, can you show the eyes? Show him your eyes, baby. He's going to show your eyes. They're gold. They're like the color of his fur. He's very odd looking. I mean, he's beautiful, but he's very odd. He's very big. Very big. Like I said, his mom is half his size. Look how fluffy his tail is. All right, honey. Yeah, okay. You get both hands. There you go. He's another one that likes his belly scratched. Oh, okay. All right. He's going to just crawl on up my shoulder. That's where he likes to perch. He's like Ramsey. He likes to perch on the shoulders. I know. Oh, we like the lovin's, yeah. You like your lovin's? And give you scratches? Yeah. The scratches? Are you gonna show everybody your face again? You gonna show people your face? No. Oh, come here. Let's see. Let me see. See, this is copper. Yep. He likes to love it. Well, I guess we're not crocheting anymore. I guess we're not crocheting for right now. Yeah. As long as I'm loving on him, he will stay. He never has walked away until I stop. Okay, yeah, we're digging the nails in the leg. That's great. That's great, honey. Yes, I know. You loved a mama. Yeah, I know. No, over here. Over here. There you go. There you go, pretty boy. Pretty boy. Oh, yes. You don't need to... Oh, let me grab that tail. I love that tail. I love to brush his tail. All right. You're going to have to stop, though, at some point. You're going to have to stop at some point, yeah. All right. Let's see. He is... Oh, my gosh. He's on my leg and his little pointy... Oh, he's so heavy. Ow, you're killing my leg, honey. Okay, go on. Thank you. All right. Thank you. There you go. Good baby. Thank you. All right. Where was I? All right, here we go to 12. Good night, Terry. I'm sure you've probably already fallen asleep on me. All right, so I'm going to connect to the top of this chain 3. If I can find where you are. Yeah, I don't care for the inline hooks. I know some people prefer them over the others, but I don't. Okay, now I'm going to chain 1. That is not going to count as a stitch. I will hide this tail later. But you see what I'm talking about? This is that's how you pair it with the 3. Are you serious? What now? I know, and you're just purring away. I used to keep collars on the inside kitties, but I didn't see the point, except for me to hear when they're coming. Oh, well, you're loving on me, yes. You're loving on the mama. You pretty baby. Hang on, let me move this. All right, yeah, I guess we're not stitching anymore now. So we'll just set that aside. Yep. Okay, I guess it's kitty time. Well, let's open for discussion, guys. Anything you want to talk about? Any questions you might have about anything on my channel? If you have any questions about how I do certain stitches, or if you'd like to learn any stitches, I'm going to do a new series called Back to the Basics. And it's going to be, say for instance, for the single crochet, I'm going to show doing the single crochet and then the different things that you can make with just the single crochet. Like amigurumis, you can do it. I mean, you learn the increase and decrease, but other than that, I mean, stuffed animals, the majority of it is nothing but single crochet. You can make all kinds of stuff with the single crochet. There's all kinds of stitches you can do if you did front loop only, back loop only. You can make a ribbing. You can do all kinds of stuff with just that. So it's going to be called Back to the Basics. And like I said, I am not monetized. So it would just be a way to just to get back with you guys and share. Like I said, I still want to do the Granny Square series out of that book that I showed you. I know, pretty baby. I'm gonna let your mama in. It's awfully late. I know I'm getting people in here from other sides of the world. Let's see, what time is it? It's almost 2 a.m. my time. So it's 11 on the West Coast. Oh, you're pushing up on me, I know. Oh, what is that on your chin? It feels swollen. What'd you do? What'd you get into? It's swollen right there. Why is it swollen? What'd you do? What'd you get into? Huh? What did you get into? Sassy butt. Are you a sassy butt? He says, Mom, I don't care. Do whatever you want. As long as you rub me. Ow, shit. Okay, honey, we need to clip your nails. I can clip all their nails. He's the hardest one because he starts kicking, and that does not feel good. So I have to perch him underneath my left arm and put his legs down underneath me while I clip his front paws. Ow, shit, that hurts. Quit. I know you're loving on me, but it hurts. Loving on me, it hurts. Yeah. Where are you going? Where are you going? Pretty baby. Yeah. I've read that when you talk to your animals, specifically for cats, my dog's the same way too. Ow, shit. I'm sorry, guys. I keep cussing, but oh, that hurt. He's heavy. Dang, them little paws, little pokies. All right, let's go let your mom and daddy in, and or rather your mama and your brother. We're gonna go let the others in and make some popcorn. Let's go make some homemade. What is on the floor? What is that? Is that a fur ball? Where's it at? There you are. Oh, yep, it's just a fur ball. It's just a little fur cluster. Oh, guess I could take it with me. All right, I'll go throw it in the garbage. All right, guys, let me slip onto slippers. And we're going to go make some popcorn. Yes. You stay here. So Ellie's going to stay there. All right. We're going to go let the other two in, and we're going to make some popcorn. Either my daughter fell asleep because she always has her fan on her. She's still, why does it smell like weed in here? It does. My neighbors smoke it. It's on the porch all the time. All right, let me get the light on. I'm going to tilt y'all up a little bit. There we go. Make some popcorn. Let's see if I can get them to come in. Oh, one. Where's the other one? Good night. Did they both come in? No, I just saw Boob. There he is. All right. In for the night. So now I don't have to worry about him. All right, let's get the pot. Oh, this is weird. I'm trying to see this through the lens of my camera. All right, here we go. There's the popcorn popper. That's Ramsey's little hut. He stays in the kitchen whenever I leave for the day, and I'm obsessed with Garfield, so that's all over my house. Turn this on high to medium high. I have a butter flavored oil. This is the kind that they have in the movie theaters. So it's 1, 2, 3, 3 squeezes. 3 squeezes of oil. I have a special spice seasoning that I make myself. Let me get a teaspoon. Let me get a tisp. And then I also have butter flavored popcorn salt. But this is my seasoned salt. This is my special ingredient that I use on my popcorn. And I want to get just a smidge. Not too much. And then this one. I have to put an arrow, like I said, you know, because I'm blind. I put an arrow on here so I'll know where the little lip is to open this up. And what I'll do with this is I will pour it in here because it pours really fast. It's about a half a teaspoon of that. And if I ever need more, I always add more. Same with the butter flavored oil. My little coffee station over here. Don't look at my nasty stove. It's over 25 years old, and so it's gotten grody over the years. I'm going to put my spoon right there just in case I end up making more popcorn. And then I have my big mason jar of popcorn. And I think this is a 1/4 cup. I can't tell. Is that a 1/4 cup, guys? Yeah. So I put a 1/2 cup of kernels. Level it out. So there's one. And I just keep this in here at all times. So I do a 1/2 cup of kernels. Have you guys ever used this? It's called a whirly pop. I had one years ago, and when it started to die out, I got a new one. I've been using them for almost 30 years. It's great. Oh, here's the popcorn bowl. This is where I made popcorn last night. And this is what my seasoned salt does to the edge of the bowl. Got it popped, ready to go. Close the lid, put it on the eye. And then we just crank really slow. That's the trick. If you crank really slow, the kernels don't get chewy, because that can be an issue. So you just turn it really slow. And I put pressure on it right here so that it'll get more of the heat from the stove. My eye on this one is jacked up. Every time I get a new eye, and they're like 25 bucks a piece. It works with the regular settings for about 2 weeks. And there's an element inside the stove that actually needs to be replaced. It'd be cheaper to replace the whole stove because this stove is so old. But yeah, just real slow. Think of it like you're going to the movies and you're getting popcorn at the movies. That's how they do it there. They turn it really slow, the little automatic spindle. There's little bars inside here, one on either side, and they're like uneven. And they constantly turn because the heat causes the moisture inside the kernel to swell and then pop. But I have learned, the reason why I go so slow is because I have done this in the past where I've done it too fast. And it causes it to, oh, thank you for the like. Thank you. It causes it to make the kernels chewy. You don't want chewy popcorn. You want fluffy, crunchy popcorn, right? So yeah, so if you ever get one of these, just know, turn it really slow and be patient. And once it starts popping, though, it's done like that. That's no time at all. I appreciate you guys taking the time to spend with me this evening. Or rather, now that it's early morning. Like I said, I had originally canceled my live, and then around midnight, I said, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get on life issues and things going on. Oh, here we go. It's going to go fast. But you keep turning really, really slow. That's the way it is at the movie theater. There she goes. It won't take long. I promise. The noise will stop soon. And sometimes it sticks because the kernels get underneath the bars that are in there. So you just kind of wiggle it back and forth until you can get it to pass. See, it's done. Didn't take long at all once it started. So I go ahead and turn off the stove. And I'll turn it a few more times because as you're turning it, what happens is the little bars release the kernels and the kernels fall down underneath the popcorn that's popped. And then this is already open and loose, and I just shake it and dump it in my bowl. And then I'll give it a couple of cranks. Make sure I've loosened them all up. And then we look inside, see nothing. Oops, there's one stuck. Oh, I don't want to burn myself. You can tell I've used the heck out of this thing. So there's one kernel there. I keep a chopstick in the groove of this bar. Let's see if I can do this on camera. So there we go. Yep. All right, she's out. I'll let that cool off before I put my eye back on. And I set this over here. Now, don't burn yourself, Alishia. That's what I was going to do. Oh, open it. Dang it. All right. Cools off. All right, we got the popcorn. We got the popcorn. This is the kitty's room. They have 2 litter boxes. Their food's in the bathtub, so the dog can't get it. It's just easier that way. All right, let's give her a try. Ooh, that's a little salty. Instead of doing it on camera. Oh no. Okay, it's growing on me. Yep, it's just like movie theater popcorn. Oh my gosh. That's so good. Okay. Oh, they're playing. It's midnight. He's my lover boy. That's Boo Boo Kitty. That's Copper's mama. Oh yeah. Okay. Perfect. Just take it to the boudoir. Boudoir? Bedroom. Yeah, she normally has her fan on, but I think she fell asleep and took a nap. She's got to work in the morning. She's got to get up in about 5 hours. Again, projects to work on. Projects. So that's why I keep all my projects in one central place, and then I've got some more there too. I've got sweaters I'm making. I've got tank tops I'm making. I don't think I've got any blankets in the work. I think everything that I'm doing is wearables right now. Just about, I think everything I'm doing right now are wearables. Oh my goodness. Any more thoughts? Oliver, are you still with me? Oliver tried to get a conversation going about Little Red Riding Hood and Robin Hood. Well, if you made it this far on the replay, I love you. I love you deeply. Thank you so much. Oh, look, if you have a foot fetish, here's my feet. I have no toenails on my big toe and my middle toe. Completely removed. So I only have 3 toenails on each foot. Surgeries. Hi, hello. Fly tying junkie. Fly tying junkie? Is that a fishing reference? All right, your name is Dawn? Yes, okay, cool. Well, welcome to my channel. I don't think I've ever seen you in one of my lives before. Are you having a good day? Oh, are you on the West Coast, East Coast, or another country? I am in Southeast Tennessee. You're new to crochet? Awesome. You need to watch this back on the replay. Subscribe to my channel, please, if you're not already. I appreciate it. We just made popcorn. I don't know if you were in there because I wanted to get away from the crochet for a minute because Copper kept getting into stuff. So we can pick it back up. And I've been working with this shawl on the ball. We're going to make a hat. Oklahoma. Okay. So you were on what, Central Time? All right, so you're 1 a.m. there, and I'm 2 a.m. here. Yeah, I usually come on, I do my midnight makes usually at midnight, but on my Saturday Night Lives, I usually come on about 10:30 or 11, just depending on my mood. And I actually had canceled this one tonight. I wasn't going to come on at all, but New to crochet. So what got you interested in it? Give us your backstory. Have you made anything yet? Oh, we made the popcorn. I'm going to set it aside. Put that down there. It's tough. I get laughed at work for doing this. I don't know why men see this as a woman's hobby. Right. Oh, you've done the wobbles. Okay, cool. A dino and starting my first blanket, half double crochet. Awesome. Well, I am doing a basic beanie hat, and I'm showing how to increase your yarn. Like, this is a really, really thin, they're calling it a 4, but when I compared it to a 4, to me it's more like a 2/8. But if you do it in triplicate, like this, 3 different strands, it makes it more into a 4. And I'm using a K, which is a 6.5 millimeter hook. And what I did was, I didn't do a magic circle, which is what I usually do. I did a chain 4, and then I did 11 double crochets in the first chain, so for a total of 12 stitches. And that's where we're at here, just making a basic beanie hat, but showing how to make your yarn thicker if you've got a really skinny one and you don't know what to do with it. I mean, usually you can pair it with another yarn, which is usually what I do, but if it's skinny like this, I was just doing this for reference. So I slip stitch to the top of the chain 3, chain 1 doesn't count. Could you blend? Could you blend as far as like pairing it with another one to make it thicker? You can do that. I do that. I'm going to show you when I get to the end of this. I'll show you how I did this. Yes, that was my thought. Like separate strands. Yes. Oh gosh, Boo Boo Kitty. So I am making hats for the veterans. I'm in a group called the Covering Circle. So like if you had, oh, this one's attached to something. Hang on. Let me grab one of my other skeins. All right. So like if you had this one, and because this is on the thinner side for a black, you could always pair it together like this. And I would use like a 5 or oh my gosh, are you kidding me? What are y'all doing? Hey. Yeah. Oh my. I'm going to mute you guys so I can yell at them. Hold on. They have lost their flipping minds. Seriously? Come on, guys. I don't know what the hell got into them. I'm going to have to tilt my phone back down. Oh, because I had it tilted up for whenever I was in the kitchen. Oh, my word. But yeah, you could... sorry about that. But yeah, you could pair it with like this, and that would be real pretty. I've done that several times. I've put 2 strands together. I put 3 strands together to make a thicker yarn. But this is, like I said, this is Lion Brand Shawl on a ball. This is supposed to be a 4/8, but it's really, really thin. So I've done it in triplicate from one skein. When I get to the end, I'll show you how I did the end. But I'm going to let the tail go down to the waist. That chain 1 doesn't count as a stitch. And I'm going to increase. I'm going to do 2 double crochets in each stitches for a total of 24 stitches. So let me get in here. And I'm working with a needle I don't like. But because I have made a thicker yarn by doing it in triplicate, I had to use a bigger hook. Okay, so did I do that all in the same I'm going to make sure. I'm blind, so I have to feel my stitches. Okay, so here's the other one right here. Yeah, okay, we're good. So I'm going to do 2 here. And usually what I'll do is I'll count my stitches as I'm going around to make sure that I end up with 24. Now I'm coming to the end where my loop is. So let me do another stitch here. This will be 2 stitches, like I said, in each one for a total of 24. All right, now that I've come to my loop, this is where you're going to split the loop open, and I just take my 2 fingers and split it open, and I grab this yarn and pull it. And then, because I'm so used to doing it, I'll just take it and I'll just pull a whole bunch out. Not too much though, because you don't want it to knot up. But then just take it and pull it out like this. And then you're going to grab it here and smooth it out. And this is going to come with it. So I've got the 2 strands there. There's my 3rd. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and hold this and slide this up, so that it will go ahead and it will go together until I come to my loop. Set that aside, and now I'm going to work with it. So we're just making a basic beanie cap. So like I said, 2 double crochets at the top of each stitch, and that's going to be 24. Now because I'm using a bigger hook, normally when I do my beanies, I do up to 60 stitches. So I'll do 5 rounds with increases. But because I'm using a bigger hook, I think I may just do 4 rounds to increase. 2, 2, 1, and 2. But yeah, I like doing this method, and it makes it real pretty. I mean, it's not going to do like this, because if you worked with a single strand, this coloring would come out this way. But because I'm doing it in triplicate, it's going to have some dark spots and it's going to have some light spots, but it's going to be more muddled, I guess you could say. So yeah, 12 stitches to start out with, and now we're working on 2 in each. Pull that down, and we're coming close to the loop. I'm going to do 1 more stitch, and then cutting it close. Yeah. Okay, now that we're at the loop, like I said, I split it with my fingers. I grab that, what's hanging down, and pull it through. I love this method. I've been doing this one for, oh gosh, 30 years. But I've been crocheting for 50 years, so. I know I don't sound that old, do I? I fool people on the phone. It's funny. I get a lot of those, what do you call those, spam calls? We're calling for senior citizen. I'm not a senior yet. I'm a few years away. Please, give me time. Give me time. Yeah, I've been crocheting and cross-stitching for, yeah, I can't believe I've said that, 50 years. Shoot, dang. Yep, sure enough. All right, so we're pulling it together, and we're going to go down to the loop. And there's our loop. And then just lay it down, use that up till you get to your loop, and then you're going to use the rest. And you can just a basic beanie. Now I like doing this when I'm doing like a star stitch, because I think the star stitch is real pretty with the way these colors come out. I've done that on one of my other live videos. I did the star stitch. I guess I need to put in the title, instead of the numbering of the lives, just a little bit of in the title of what exactly I'm doing and showing. I want to say teaching, but I don't know. I don't know if I would be considered myself a teacher. I'm a shower. I will show you how I do things. It's amazing how muscle memory takes over, right? Oh, I got a new like. Sorry, guys. Thank you for the like. Kisses. Like I said, I am not monetized. So, your time is precious to me. Oh, I got another one. Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I think people do... how they do it? Like this? Or is it... I don't know how they do the other ones the other way. No, I think it's... Shit. Screw it. We're going to do it this way. I'm going to just keep doing it this way because that's the only way I know how to do it. I'm old. Stop. No, I'm not old. I'm not old. I'm Gen X. I'm young at heart. Hey, Catherine, are you still with me? Did I put you to sleep? So I'm going to slip stitch in the top of that first double crochet because remember that chain one didn't count, so I just have to find it. I told you I would try to come back today. Hi, Miss Linda. Oh my gosh. Yes, I saw your little your comment. I came on kind of late tonight, so I didn't really come on until about a little after midnight. That's why my banner says Midnight Makes, because I did the Midnight Makes tonight instead of the Saturday Night Live earlier. I appreciate you. Appreciate you coming in. I've been on for about a little over 2 hours. Oh, now here's the thing, guys. If you get to the point to where you end up dropping your stitches or losing your stitches, like this doesn't feel like it's connected. See right there? It's not. So I'm gonna pull that out and reconnect because that did not connect right. So Miss Linda, I was showing, if you're not familiar with, you probably are because you've been doing this longer than I have, or as long as, showing how to, this is a Lion brand shawl and a ball, and it's very, very thin, and I'm showing how to make it in triplicate without having to pair it with another skein of yarn. All right, so that was stretched out. How did that happen? I don't like that. I'm gonna have to, I think that's where my chain extended out, my chain stitch extended out, but I've got the two there, so I need to go to the top over here. Yeah, there we go. Let me get in there. Nope. It's still only picking up one. If you find that your hook can't pick up the one, what I do is I'll take the actual hook while it's still attached here, pull that up, take this and find the other loop and then hook it and then go in that way. There we go. That's much better. I want to start crocheting more. Well, anything I can do to help, Miss Linda, you just let me know. And I will be happy to assist or share, or if I can't, I will point you in whatever direction you need to go in. All right, so that's not going to count. So I'm going to put, we're doing an increase. So now I'm just making a basic beanie. So I'm going to do 2 double crochets in that same stitch. Oops. Something about splitting. All right, and then 1 double crochet in the next stitch. Well, it just picked up one. It just picked up 1 loop. I hate this hook. But I don't think I have another 6.5. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to take this and go up and under. Up. Oh, I haven't been free to do much lately. I understand. It's like I feel lost if I don't have some kind of needle in my hand, whether it's used to be a cross stitch. Well, shoot, I need to have that wrapped. Used to be a cross stitch needle, and now it's a crochet needle, and got to have something in my hand at all times, it seems like, or I'm in the kitchen cooking. My husband and son have been in 2 different hospitals. Oh, my word. Oh, honey, I'll pray for them. I hope they're okay. Oh, my husband has kidney failure. What about your son, honey? Nope. How old is your son? 1, 2. Oh, no, I'm asking a lot of questions. Your son had a major stroke. Bless your heart. How old is your son? Is he in his 50s? Or late 40s? That's still young to have a stroke. Kidney failure. Bless his heart. He turned 53 on Tuesday. Has he got paralysis? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you've been going back and forth. Bless your heart. Yeah, you need to take you a ball of yarn and a hook and take your mind off of it while you're there, and just mindlessly just stitch away. All right, I'm gonna count, make sure. So about 1, 2. We're not counting this one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now we're building up. Excuse me, to 36 stitches. Sound like I've got a frog in my throat. I gotta drink some of my water, sorry. All right, so this is 12, 24, now we're doing 36. So it's an increase, so you're doing 2 in this stitch. 1, 2, and then 1 in the next stitch. And that's what we're doing all the way around for a total of 36. And I haven't gotten down to my end yet. But yeah, this is what I do when I've got really, really thin yarn and I don't want to work with a smaller hook and I don't want to make anything lacy, and I want to make, like I said, I want to make a hat and make it bulky if I'm wanting to just use up my yarn. All right. Linda, both home and on the mend. No paralysis. Oh, thank goodness for that. Really came out great. God was riding along with him. I'm telling you. Bless your heart. Well, you'll be in my prayers, hon. All right. Coming to the end. Same thing. Split it with my fingers. Pick up this yarn and pull it through. Well, I'm glad there's no paralysis. I've been very fortunate. Diabetes gave me neuropathy and retinopathy. It took my eyesight. And then my rare condition that I got, my rare disease in my right eye, took the rest of my eyesight. So, yay. But I mean, it could be worse. It could be worse. And I feel, even though I've had all these things happen to me and I didn't work for a year and a half, I feel so blessed. I mean, you guys have seen my stash. I'm never going to run out of things to do. Never. Never. In fact, my daughter popped up and asked me, Mom, what am I going to do with all, like, my Garfields? Okay, so those of you who don't know, I used to collect Garfields. Right now, they have so much dust and fur on them, they have grown their own fur. I could probably clean those off. Well, no, I probably couldn't clean them off. But anyway, that's some of my Garfields. And then I have Garfields over here. And then I don't want to go too fast, I'll make you sick. I've got Garfields over here. And so I used to collect Garfields. So my daughter comes in one day. She says, Mom, when you die, I was like, what? When you die, what am I going to do with all these Garfields? I said, you need to be thinking about what you're going to do with all my yarn. And I said, sell them. Some of those are actually collectors and worth a lot of money, believe it or not. But my point was, I'm blessed. I am blessed. Oh, there it goes. I lost it. See, oh, dang, see. I wish I could get on here and stitch and watch a movie with you guys, but the tube won't let me do that. I can do it on the Tiki-Taki, but it won't let me do it on here. It kicks me off my lives when I do that. I've tried it one time, and it kicked me off my live. And then I tried it again later that night, and it kicked me off again. So I was like, I can have like my little tablet right here, and I'll have like a TV show or a movie going. And I'll be talking about the movie while I'm stitching. I can do that on the Tiki-Taki, but I can't do it on the YouTube. I have a she shed full of yarn and crafts. Lately, they are stashed in my room. Well, I can understand. I'm jealous you have a she shed. I have a she house. I really do. Because my daughter's off at college and she's going to get an apartment. She's already in the process of getting an apartment for the next 3 years. And so it's just me, you know. So, yeah, my stash is everywhere. I try to keep it all localized. And it's organized. And I know where everything is. It's just a matter of I try not to get overwhelmed with everything that I have to work with, which is why I do my giveaways, guys. So yeah, so that's why I do my giveaways. And like I said, the postcard fairy giveaway is still going on, and it's going to be huge, and you'll get to choose whether you want the cross stitch bundle or you want the crochet bundle. And already I've got like over 20 skeins in it already of yarn. And then of course I'll have crochet books. I haven't showed those yet. Those are going to be in there. And then, of course, the whole set of custom-made hooks that I personally made. And then, but yeah, you'll have to go watch the Postcard Fairy updates to see everything that's been put in it so far. And I'm not done. 3 more weeks. 3 more weeks. Still got a chance to enter. The link will be in the description box for the video explaining the rules and everything on how to get into the Postcard Fairy giveaway, which is a semi-annual huge giveaway. I had to go back and double check this, make sure I had my... But Linda, you having a she shed, you probably wouldn't have a need for any more yarn or books or anything. I like getting on 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I like getting on watching some videos. Oh, here comes the Boo Boo Kitty. Just the mama Boo Boo Kitty. She's fixed now, but darling, she likes to go outside. She's my tortoise shell. She likes to go outside. They all got new collars with new really strong bells. New scratches, yeah. Now she's a funny one. If I'm sitting on the commode, she lets me pick her up and cradle her. Or if I'm standing at the sink in the bathroom. But those are the only 2 places she lets me pick her up and cradle her. My stuff is what I call organized chaos. Who could have too much yarn or hooks, right? There's no such thing. I call it a collection. My daughter said, Mom, you're borderline hoarders. No, because hoarders are not, I know, honey. Or hoarders are not as organized. I guess I'm setting this aside again. Hoarders are not organized like I am. I don't know why she was fighting with her brother. Why was you fighting with Midnight? Midnight, I call him my lover boy because he is just so sweet. He just gets up on me and just purrs, and he'd sleep on me 24/7 if he could. And his purr is so loud, and he just he's my lover boy. All right, let me get to a stopping point with this, okay? You gotta, I know, honey. Just wait. Just wait. She paws at me. I want to get this row finished at least. Ugh, where am I at? There's 2 and 3. Okay. So then we do, oops, turn my hook around. 2, that's something else with my hooks. I have to feel which way my hook is going so that I can stitch. 1 and 2 and 3. Dawn, are you still with us? What about Miss Janice? I think Terry fell asleep on me. I know, I come on so late. But y'all know me. It's in my nature. I think I'm off, guys. Because how you can tell is, so like there's 2 in here. So this top of this leg should have 2 stitches. And here's 2 here. So the top of this leg should have 2 stitches. So there's 2 and then 3. So it's off somewhere. One, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I can usually find things easily if given time to move stuff from one stack to another. Yes. Yes, I understand. That's me with my boxes. And it's like, I know it's in here somewhere. Just a matter of finding where. Sorry I'm wiggling so much, guys. My neck piece isn't sitting where it's supposed to be, and so it's kind of throwing me off. And then the non-focusing is throwing me off too. Actually, that's pissing me off, but anyway, sorry. 1, 2. And this yarn is so soft too. 3. It's very, yeah, it's very, very nice, very comfortable. All right, I wanted to get to the end of this. So this will go to the veterans. Like I said, I'm doing the Operation Watch Cap. Our goal is to hit 1,000 by Christmas to donate to the veterans at the veterans hospitals and their families. And like I said, we have, I think she said 536, I think is what she said, that we've collected so far. There's only 8 of us right now, but some of those women are retired, and that's all they do all day. I have a part-time job and 5 animals, so I don't get to do it all day long. Oops, too close. Okay, let me pull that back out. All right, so I came to the end here, and normally, like I said, I'd split it and I'd pull it through, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and put a stitch marker in here and just leave it at this. Let me set that down. No, I brought them in here. Where are you? Oh yeah, I've got them. Oops, nope, that's an earring. Nope, that's a regular ring. Where are you? Nope, that's not you either. I'm trying to feel around. There they are. Got so much stuff over there. Okay. So string of my stitch. This is one that I made. And then since I'm using a K hook, I'm going to use that bead. And I'm going to go ahead and, oops. I'm going to take that off. Try to do this on camera. There we go. But I'm not going to use that stitch marker. I'm going to use one of these. All right, let me put these back over here. And you can find these at any, in fact, you can get a pack of these at the Dollar Tree. But I know they have them at Hobby Lobby and Michael's. But this is just to help me know what size hook I'm using with this so I don't forget. So I go ahead and if it was a number, I'd put a number. But since I had the K and I'm working with a 6.5, which is a K, I'm going to go ahead and put the K on there. And I'm going to put this down. Move that off to the side. And like I said, I have to feel. And these are sharp, so I'm going to try not to poke myself. Stretch it out a little bit. Okay, don't poke myself. Don't poke, Alishia. Don't poke. Did I get it all? Did I get all three on there? Yes, I did. Okay, cool. Yeah, sometimes you have to be careful when they stretch these out because sometimes they will misalign and it won't hook back in place. No, but that one worked. Okay, good. So now I know that when I pick this back up, I'm working with a K or a 6.5 millimeter hook. So, but it's going to go in my, stash. But yeah, that's the way you can put it in triplicate. You just take your loop and then pull it through and just continue it. And that's all you do. Well, guys, it has been fun. I've been on for 2.5 hours. I'm going to wrap it up for the night. I appreciate you taking the time, and those your new people come and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. I'm Glenda. I'm glad you're back. Terry, I hope you're sleeping well. Janice or anybody else that's still with me tonight, I appreciate you coming in. Dawn, thank you again. Love you guys. Thank you for joining me. I will see you next Saturday night. Now, I'm going to try to do a daytime. It may be a pop-up, but I will let y'all know. But in the meantime, I love you. Thank you for joining my channel tonight. It's been a blast. I love you. Bye. Peace out.